Hey everyone, I just wanted to start showing you how to get access to a few things. Starting Monday, we'll be doing office hours. Office hours are something that all teachers are going to be doing throughout this offsite learning time. And in order to get there is going to be slightly different depending on what your teacher is going to be using. I will be using WebEx. Some other teachers might be using something within Canvas or some other program that's up to them. The district has pushed out WebEx to all of you. So that's what we're going to be using because we're pretty confident with how it will work. We can do recordings of it and then we can post those recordings later if we need to. So you'll have to figure out when each of your teachers' office hours are, what they're going to use for those office hours platform. Hopefully there's some consistency, and then you need to figure out how to join them. So I'm going to show you how to join WebEx. It's not too bad, and hopefully this will help you with this. And what you can do with me is going to be the same for any of your other classes, assuming they're using WebEx. They just got to use a different address. So in order to do this, the first thing you got to do is you need to know what the teacher's their office hours are, and then how to get to it. So for us, I will post your hours for your class in particular, and then you need to figure out what the hours are. So for me, our web address is this. So if your teacher is using WebEx, it's going to look pretty similar to this. This is the address you're going to need. And then T Davies is our room name. So that's what our address is going to be. So how do you get to it? Well, first you got to find WebEx. WebEx is this thing right here. It was pushed out on your iPads 2 weeks ago probably now. And that's what it is. So you'll find that on your iPad. And when you click on it, you'll get here. Now, in Canvas, there'll be a link that if you click on if you type that web address into your browser, it should also get you to it. But then it will probably launch it on this. I think you might be able to do it from other devices, like for your computer, or maybe even your phone directly from the web browser. I'm not really sure. I'm just doing it on an iPad right now. So once you get there, you'll see this. You don't need to sign in. You need to join a meeting. So you're going to click on this button right here and join a meeting. Now, this is probably going to be blank for you the first time you do it. Once you type it in, then all you'll really have to do, assuming your teachers are using this, is you'll just have to change the name of the room. So T Davies is the room that we are in. But if you were going to be joining, I don't know, Mr. Heron or Mrs. Wernick or my wife, that's where you would type in their name that they would give you to. So for us, it's T Davies. And then right here, this is where you put in your name and then an email address. And again, once you type that in one time, it's going to be there for every time you start it back up. So then you'll come over here and you'll click the join button, and then it will join the meeting. And then there's a couple things that it will talk you to do. I don't need to go through the preview, but I haven't actually joined the meeting yet. So just so you're aware of that, I'm not in the meeting yet. And the reason I know that is because it says I still have to join down here. See the button down here? I haven't joined. So once you join, then it will open the meeting. Now, if your teacher isn't have a meeting running, it's not going to do anything. I have one running on my computer, so it's going to work. Now, when you click on this join button right here, then it gives you a couple options. As of right now, I have if you click down here, this is where you would mute your microphone if you wanted it muted. Now I'm muted. I'd want to unmute it. I could turn off my video if I don't want to be part of the video screen. And then there's a couple other options. So I'm on both screens. My computer's on my one side, my iPad's on the other. So probably not going to be what you're actually doing. But that's how you join. Then once you join, again, there's a few options down here. So this option right here, if you were to click on that, is who's in it. You can go through and you could click on chat, and then you can go through and you could send a chat like, hey, I don't know, whatever you would want to send to a chat to everyone. Then the other things are you can go through, and this button right here is the share, and you can actually go through and you can ask and you can post stuff. You can share your screen with others. What really works kind of nice is especially if there's like a document that you want your teacher to potentially mark up, if you take a screenshot of that or you take a photo of that or you send them that, they can then go through and then they can mark it up. So one of the things that I could do if I wanted to is I could click on that and I could get a whiteboard, and then you take over this thing and then you could go through and you could then write on a whiteboard, and we could talk about how in order for photosynthesis to occur, we need sun and we need some type of like a water droplet and whatever, right? So you could go through and you could add that if you want. I don't want to save that. If you tap that same button again, you can open up some other things. But that's really it. It's a way for you to go through and you to get the information to your teacher, and that's how you join. When you're all done with office hours and you don't want to talk to that teacher, then you click on this little red button down here that says leave meeting, and then you got to click leave meeting, and then you are no longer part of that meeting.